Abusiafo minchia na memo akwa abasronko so emra eye blackmedia GH so. Abusiafo, it is alleged say former Bank of Ghana governor Ernest Addison itwa sika eye over 68 billion Ghana cedis edema eye former president Nana Akufo Addo. Abusiafo ene mpenifo agi omo nkonya ewo eye ahoto FM. Na nsemo mode atudwani na ne say yade a former Bank of Ghana Ernest Addison sika na otwaye no eye ale 68 billion Ghana cedis no omo akira enyo ono nko na sika no ekọ no ho sika no ebi ekọ eye former finance minister eye Ken Ofori Atta ene eye som MPP top gurus bi abusu amode omodin ababetudwa me mpese me kasa bawa no me mpese me kasa ba tenten no mpese yekọ na kokotie ensem amode atudwa ene empinifo akukudama omo ehye saa ale 68 billion Ghana cedis abusu abetudwa say eye a former Bank of Ghana Governor Ernest Addison etwa ede ama eye His Excellency former president Nana Akufo Addo. Abusia blackmedia GH so say enen de dik on channel so a media no bo kwan so be subscribe ama ye mabo notification bell no so for more political update yenche ho no yenti ensam no mu akiri mamra sisia yedase
Mami Emra so on the BOG headquarters senior political analyst,
a deputy CEO of the airwaves,
deputy CEO of the airwaves
in defense of government policy without salary. he knows himself. I'm sure he's listening at home. Third party. The Bank of Ghana was set up in 1958, and it was not for any reason that we set up the Bank of Ghana in 1958. CEO say, Fremont Paris, ne papa. Mo frère ba ko no sen si osai bonso ne papa Antonio Osai Koto ne papa na America na asem no de na sen Ebola minister friends yes ono so ne papa asem na America no he was our first governor Kroboedu say and introduce ni tire Kwame Nkrumah. By the time Kwame Nkrumah was leaving power Cocoa estates na yesi ewo Kumasi, there were 100 of them. CEO say he owned 91 and Kroboedu say owned 9 of them. JNK Taylor Assets Commission. Go and check. It's the Bank of Ghana no. You set it up no. And ye ne omo de bo mine chrono and ye ne. Ask me who those who work there. Have you seen them advertising the Daily Graphic or through the Public Service Commission as to who should go and work in the Bank of Ghana? Have you seen them collecting interviewing people? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
In the past years, I'm asking you. Look, for the past years, almost everybody there has gone through a politician to get his job at the Bank of Ghana. And that is why I believe it must be dissolved. The Bank of Ghana, it must be dissolved.
How can we dissolve it?
We must dissolve it, yes, because our currency is not making any meaningful strides on the international market. And those who are supposed to do it are running losses for us as a nation. We cannot continue to pay them such huge sums of money as they do nothing to grow our currency. Dissolve the place.
No, dissolve the Bank of Ghana or dissolve the board.
Look, the workers there, everybody should go home and reorganize. Oh, Mr. Gomsi, what are you talking about? What do they do?
No, but the ordinary worker, the ordinary...
What do they... I'm asking you, go and check the number of people they have employed. Look, go and check senior staff. What do they do? Cut the place down, cut it into size. Look, if you like, go and check. Even in 2000, from 2001, Kufuor Bar Power, only nipa is so a good Bank of Ghana. Professor Abdul's about see father for all. And no jam. Amusa ban and so only nipa omo so a go. They are political appointees. They don't understand banking. They don't know what it is because the place is running at a loss. And we are all seeing it. Look at the states, one of Africa, the structure of our central bank, the African banking system. How is it like? All over. Do we have a central bank that unites us with our money? Are we able to collectively, as Africa, raise money, even through our pensions, to do something for ourselves as Africa? We are weak when it comes to our finances. We are not thinking. You have actuarial scientists, you have financial experts, but they don't have the political will to do the right thing when it comes to our finances. Look at our banking system. Indigenous people, local people, they must play a role in the banking sector. You must have Ghanaians who own banks, who have invested their money into the banking sector. How many of them are left now? I'm asking you, apart from Fidelity. They are all gone down. Why? You did 9 million BCS here, and so you are 25 million. And they are best say idea no. Yet Timuni boy and Sam. So this is where we are. Instead of strengthening our indigenous banks and giving them opportunity to work and to make our finances go round as a people, because there's a gap between rural and urban finance. So what if I want to establish my banking system across rural areas? What the central bank will take from me should not be the same as somebody who wants to operate in securely an urban area, like Data Bank was doing. They're operating in an urban area. So they cannot compete with GN Bank, who goes to the village to go and compete. If you are asking for capitalization, you should ask for less from GN Bank. They serve that lower end of the population that needs the money in small quantities. You understand? Taking service to their doorstep. You aggregate the banking system. You don't say everybody should pay 60 million. You don't say everybody should pay 100 million. No. You segregate the market. Now, in order to grow, because one, you must come, like I said, micro. Now, according to KCM, so now individuals, then groups, then now societies, then now you're talking about nations. Yeah, to build a bank, you start from the scratch. What is our rural banking system doing? Even for rural people, are they able to give them money as loans to do farming, to go into agriculture or cocoa farming? I'm asking you. They are not able to. It is money lenders who have taken over the rural markets, who are exploiting our cocoa farmers. They give them money, you cannot pay, they take over your farm. You become a poor person living in the area. Yes. So the central bank itself, the reasons for which it was set up to grow our banking sector from scratch, to the rural area, the urban area, to grow from small to big banks, to allow indigenous people to also fester and grow in our banking sector, they have failed on their policy. And me, I've said it. Go and check the salary of the BOG governor.
I don't know.
You see, checking the salary. You run. You shouldn't pay them. They don't deserve salary. Ernest, Addison, how?
For the staff, really see, operator, they cause too mess, because for them to even collapse these banks, everywhere.
Yes,
in this country.
Yes.
Very wicked. Evil people.
Bank finance. So what if I want to establish my banking system across rural areas? What the central bank will take from me should not be the same as somebody who wants to operate in securely an urban area, like Data Bank was doing. They're operating in an urban area. So they cannot compete with GN Bank, who goes to the village to go and compete. If you are asking for capitalization, you should ask for less from GN Bank. They serve that lower end of the population that needs the money in small quantities. You understand? Taking service to their doorstep. You aggregate the banking system. You don't say everybody should pay 60 million. You don't say everybody should pay 100 million. No. You segregate the market. Now, in order to grow, because one, you must come, like I said, micro. Now, according to KCM, so now individuals, then groups, then now societies, then now you're talking about nations. Yeah, to build a bank, you start from the scratch. What is our rural banking system doing? Even for rural people, are they able to give them money as loans to do farming, to go into agriculture or cocoa farming? I'm asking you. They are not able to. It is money lenders who have taken over the rural markets, who are exploiting our cocoa farmers. They give them money, you cannot pay, they take over your farm. You become a poor person living in the area. Yes. So the central bank itself, the reasons for which it was set up to grow our banking sector from scratch, to the rural area, the urban area, to grow from small to big banks, to allow indigenous people to also fester and grow in our banking sector, they have failed on their policy. And me, I've said it. Go and check the salary of the BOG governor.
I don't know. You see,
checking the salary. You run. You shouldn't pay them. They don't deserve salary. Ernest, Addison, how?
For the staff, really see, operator, they cause too mess, because for them to even collapse these banks, I tell you, he was everywhere.
Yes,
in this country.
Yes.
Very wicked. Evil people.
Heritage Bank, all of them, Royal Bank, what are they done?
No.
They had capitalization, Energy Bank, what are they done wrong? Political persecution, you understand? So you are killing the spirit of the banking drive within the indigenous people in their own economy. So who will come and bring his money to anything?
Of rather, can they bring him back?
So
South Africa.
So Namibia.
So US.
Or Namibia.
So US.
Or Namibia, window kitchen, maybe one in from
but South Africa, you see, this man must be chased and then
he knew what he was coming to do before he came. You know, he worked at Solomon Brothers before he came to Accra. He knew what he came to do when he decided to go and borrow Kenny Gadget's father's money. They didn't pay the old man before they died. Set up data bank in Accra. Always praying. They were scheming. Or no Bible or Beka verse, no Beka. Even the Pope in recent times will not pick that Bible verse to talk to the whole world. By the time we Beka Bible now, you're born near where Dino. Me say oti achi say odi uti. Eko shejem. Any year who no 26.1 million. Is it 261 million? Let's look at the alternative uses of the money. School under trees. How many of them can we take? Now we have about 1,600 or 1,800, and it costs about 18 million Ghana cedis to just build 6 units with all the facilities and teachers' bungalows. So how many of them were we going to take out? I'm asking you, over hundreds of them. We refuse to use the opportunity to give the rural people, those who grow the cocoa, those where we find the minerals, those where our resources are. We refuse to send the money back and investment back to them. And that is where we are. So when I talk about schools under trees, then I talk about Agenda 111 hospitals or even our CHIPS compounds. Look at the many CHIPS compounds across that need finishing. 261 million. Do you know what it could have done for CHIPS compound? Even your Agenda 111. It could have finished 15 solid hospitals, brand new, with everything inside, so that we can take on our nurses. We missed the opportunity. Look at the state of our roads. The state of our roads. You see, the Bank of Ghana, no, what is a Bank of Ghana na boka? Oh, a Ghana wabono. You should see it in real investment. You understand what I'm saying? Kwame Nkrumah free power, no. You see, Sikana edema no. Why then? Well, this Sikano. We saw the money in investments. No, this Sikano. 43 brand new secondary schools, our roads, our communities he built. You understand? The hospitals he gave out. Yes, motorway is still there. The companies he built. Some of them we sold, yes. But you could see that the money given to him, there were investments to show. Tell me, who's the Bank of Ghana Waboka? What did you do with the money? During Achampon's time, Achampon had a problem with the international finance partners because he said he would not pay the loans that Buze had gone for. The loans repudiation, the policy of Achampon. So he could not get cash. He had to use the central bank to finance most of the things he did. Operation Feed Yourself will be a my 1 CD. Brony be a Ghana need 1 CD to support Operation Feed Yourself. It came from internal. Go and find out what Achampon did in his time. Dansuman, do you know what happened? When it got to the time we had to use money to buy the foreign components. Say better that Duani Adia Yenye bi wahano. It took DK Poison's money. That he had gone to fight boxing. The government had to acquiesce it, give him somewhere to stay, and use the money to buy the foreign components we needed to complete that Soman and sell under State Housing Corporation. At the time, Charlie Nyansa, the Nyansa Nebu, my cocoa, he used BOG to buy our cocoa because at the time we didn't have a syndicated loan. Into our mama or cheat. Then it's sponsored by the Bank of Ghana. The cocoa no corner sikane bar. You go with your cheat to your shed and then you go and take your money. They used the central bank at the time to even our gold. Achampon nationalized our gold mines. So he used the gold to back our currency. Despite the fact that we were having problems with the international finance organizations, our currency, go and check, it was strong and Dakutu Achampon. The least it went was 2 cedis 75 pesos. New Ghana cedi at the time. To a pound. And Achampon. Go and check, the currency was strong to nationalize our gold mines and use the gold to back the currency. And he had people to advise him, Dr. Gardner and co, to advise him on economic policy on our way forward. Today, look at the Bank of Ghana. What are they doing with our gold? Gold for oil. Gold, oil. The central bank cannot sponsor what we call investments into our oil sector to connect the oil to our refinery in Tema, so that we downstream will produce our engine oil, produce all residual fuel and sell to the international market. The Bank of Ghana cannot do that investment. We have to bring somebody from outside. What are they doing there? I say sack them. If you come to my area, their residence is there, Bankotes. Nipo beyond them, Obia Daisy Wakake, and no beyond them. They are wasteful organization. Me that dampo me mpo mo asemi uso bi ye juma okra no ho ye me time because you see kasem nko ye and no mum ye tuo muka go check their salary. Go and check their salary. Close that place down. It is not effective. It is not producing anything for this nation. But I see and this said the central bank in the Bayano. A good or non-cassa will go mine. You see, look at where we stand when it comes to our finances. I'm asking you.
The critical staff there.
What critical staff? What do they know? Don't say what is critical staff. They are political appointed staff. Don't say critical. What technical knowledge have